Hello and welcome to the Discover History YouTube channel, and as you're probably aware, all this week we're getting ready for Friday, and if you're not sure what Friday is all about, it's VE Day, the Victory in Europe Day that was celebrated 75 years ago on May the 8th 1945. So we're going to be getting ready all this week for VE Day parties, because I'm sure you're going to have a VE Day party as well. I know we are here. If you looked at the video for Monday, we were doing all about decorations. So hopefully you've started doing the decorations for inside your home. Well, today we're going to make hats. Yes, we're going to construct some party hats just out of paper that you can make and wear on Friday. Once again, don't wait till Friday to make all these things. Start now. Hopefully your decorations are up and you're ready with all your pens and paper ready to do today's paper hats. So what we've got here is some paper. Try and get some big pieces of paper. The bigger, the easier it actually is. If you haven't got plain paper, remember, use scrap paper. Our local newspaper is actually very good, and they are doing all sorts of posters to go in your windows, like this one saying stay at home, on the back stay at home for Britain. So that's the Worcester News and the Burroughs Worcestershire Journal, which is in fact the oldest newspaper in the world. And newspaper sheets like that are actually very useful because they are pretty big, and not only that, 75 years ago people were having to use newspaper to make these hats out of, so it is actually worth using a newspaper if you want. Paint them or just keep them as they are to give it an authentic feel. You also need some scissors for the cutting out part, a pen if you wanted to write anything on your hat, colouring pens or pencils. I've tried to keep it to blue and red, and therefore we can make it very patriotic. Use the white paper and then add red and blue, so it's red, white and blue, and nation's colours. And you also need some glue. So what we're going to do is make two types of hat. The first one is relatively straightforward, and then we'll have a bit of a go with a more complicated origami style hat. And the first one we're going to make is something that looks like that. In other words, a little cone that will sit on your head in patriotic colours. And as you can see, this looks very fashionable. Imagine it, 1945, everyone will want to know how I made this, I'm sure. So we first of all need to take a piece of paper, a big sheet of paper. Once again, this isn't any specific printer paper or anything like that. This is actually a bit of scrap paper, and what I've taken is anything that you've got in the house from the kitchen, for example a cake tin, and draw a big circle. Make use of all the paper. Let's not see too much wasted, so make a big circle on the paper. Once you've done that, colour it in. And you can colour it in red, white and blue. You can put a slogan on it. You can do what you want really. Try and keep it simple, I find. Either red, white and blue circles, or, as I've done here, a little bit more complicated, the Union flag. And remember, it's a Union flag, not a Union Jack. Only a Union Jack when it's flying from the jackstaff on a ship. Once you've coloured it in and it's all cut out, you've basically got a flat disc. It could actually act as a nice placemat. However, to turn it into a hat, you need your scissors. So we take our scissors here, and what we're going to do is cut a line from the outside to the centre. So I'm just going to quickly cut a line in here. So all the way up to the middle. So we've now got something like that, and if anyone is of a certain age, I've used this before, it looks a bit like Pac-Man. So you've got a circle with a hole or a line cut into it. Then it's very simple what we do. We literally push the two sides together like that, and the more you pull it together, the more pointed the hat will actually become. So if you pull it really hard, it will actually get very pointed, or you can have it as a shallow hat. It's up to you. And then obviously we take our glue, we put some glue on it, and we stick it together, so we should end up with a little cone hat for your head. A fantastic hat. Maybe wear 2 of them if you wanted to. The choice is yours. You can also, if you wanted to, colour in some strips of paper. So we can take some paper, colour a big strip in red, one in blue, and then cut them out. So we have, a bit like when we were doing the decorations yesterday, streamers. And these can be glued to the top of your hat if you wanted to. Remember, if you take a pen and hold it very tight to the ribbon that you've made and pull it, you can actually create a curl to the paper, so you can have like a spirally topping to your hat. So that's how to make a cone hat, but we're also making the most traditional hat that was around during the war years, especially on May the 8th 1945, on VE Day. So we now need to take a sheet of paper, either plain like this if you're going to colour it in, or just as good is a sheet of newspaper. And the good old Worcester News and the Burroughs Journal are producing all these type of posters, so you can actually have it to do and to theme it with 1945, but you're also commemorating and telling people to stay at home on V-Day. Don't go mixing with people and partying with people. Stay at home, have your own parties in home. So there we have a newspaper. So how do we turn this into a hat? Right, so we take the newspaper and we hold it like that. So the folded edge at the top, and then you've got the open edge at the bottom. If we were doing it with a plain sheet of paper, you need to fold it first of all. So we're going to fold that in half like so. Folded bit at the top, the open edge at the bottom. Folded bit at the top, open edge at the bottom. And what we have to do is make a triangle, as if you're making a paper plane, from the top down. So what you should end up with is something like that. So try and keep that quite flat at the bottom, like that. And we do the same on the other side. So we fold that down and you put a crease in it like that. So it's almost like you're making a paper plane. Remember the folded bit at the top and the open edge at the bottom. If we were doing it with a plain piece of paper, folded bit at the top there and the open bit at the bottom, and we're going to make this plain type effect on the top like that. I'm doing it backwards, so it's very difficult to see what I'm doing. So you've got that and you've got that. The important bit is the folded bit is now the top of the hat. So the bottom is the unfolded bit, and that's important because that's where your head is going to go. And then all we do is lie it down and fold up the bottom, the open edge. So we fold up one side. I'll just do it on the floor here. So you've got that. It's up to you how wide you want to do it. And then you do the same to the other side. And I'll show you on the plain bit of paper in case you've got a plain piece that you're going to decorate. So we fold up the one edge, fold up the other edge. So you should now have something that looks like that. And then you can open it up. You can wear it this way. Or if you want to, you can wear it, it's coming undone. Fold it in tighter because I'm not folding it on a chair. There we go. So you can wear it this way, so front to back like a bicorn, or you can wear it side on like that. Now, in famous Blue Peter style, I've decorated one here. There we go. So this is the same hat that I've just made using a Worcester newspaper or a sheet of white paper. Except this one I've put Victory 1945 and I've put some flags of the Allied nations. France, there's a Union flag, America, Poland, and remember there was lots of others. Canada, for example, lots and lots that you can decorate your hat with. And once again, you can either wear it like so or like so. It's up to you. And if you want to, streamers can be added to the ends of them or at the top. The choice is absolutely yours. So We've showed you how to decorate your home. Hopefully you're doing that. We've now showed you how to make a hat. Tomorrow we're going to decorate ourselves, not just with a hat, but maybe a fine victory rosette. So we're doing rosettes tomorrow. And remember, Thursday and Friday is all food related. Make sure if you've decorated your house, made any decorations, or even made a hat, share your photographs. We want to see your attempts at getting ready for VE Day. Share them on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and obviously also on here. Anyway, stay in, stay safe, get ready for Friday, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.